Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where apparently this series is cursed. Luckily in this situation, I did make a mistake, but it's not a big deal. And the reason for that is because apparently I didn't save after last episode. Wow, okay, well, you'll notice here we are at war with Oirat. We're only back a few days. Luckily the autosave was only a few days previously, so there is that. We need to transport these troops on over. And Oirat has quite a lot of troops over here, but Korea has quite a lot over here. So for now, I'm not that concerned, but we need to keep in mind we don't want to directly fight Oirat if we can at all help it. So that's going to be very, very important. It's going to be a while before we get our troops actually... Ooh, that was a bit of a lag spike there. Oh, hey, Russia actually exists now. Cool. It's going to take a while before all of our troops are transported over. So, I mean... this is not the speediest process when you only have 5 transports. There's no doubt about that. For right now, I'm not too concerned about Oirat. I mean, as long as they don't stack wipe this army, we're okay. Remember, they have no navy, so they can't actually come after most of our territory. So we could gain some power here, or some tariff value. We're going to gain power, because that will be handy for us. And we're also going to want to eventually turn down our fleet maintenance. For right now, it seems to be relatively okay. But, yeah, I mean, we see like half of Oirat's army up here. And then there's some, like, vassal armies, but Korea's not going to have any problem dealing with those. Not sure where the other half of Oirat's army is. Oh, they must be back over this way. They're coming up through this province. Okay. Well, that's fine. We have quite a ways to go before we can participate in this war. So, Korea, it's pretty much all on you for right now. That's to be expected, though. So, no real problem there. The real danger right now is that Hosokawa decides to declare on us. We'll see if that happens. Okay, there's more Oirat forces over this way. Yeah. So, they were fairly split up. This is good for Korea if Korea takes advantage of this. A stack wipe here would be a pretty effective one. And that's a stack wipe, all right. And then Korea heads up here. A stack wipe here would be amazing as well. They're heading into Udi. They should head into Jugjur. But that's not what Korea is doing. Okay. Well, we've nearly transported all of our troops. We've got a little ways to go there. Oh, and for the record, I know I can't show it. I did make a save at 1 January just in case. So we're not going to be too concerned about overwriting the autosave. I don't know why. I just sometimes forget to do that stuff in Europa, almost exclusively. I don't know. It's really weird. Actually, I know what the problem was. I was in a hurry yesterday, because I was running a little bit late and I needed to get the video processing, and I was still kind of late on that. I'm pretty sure that's all it boils down to. I was just in a hurry to get it processing and I just forgot. It is a normal part of the ending the recording process to make a save. But luckily it doesn't really matter in this situation, because like I said, we were like a month away. It's not a big deal. Okay, so Korea's going to stack wipe another Oirat troop there. What are they at? They're at 185? That number has dropped. Korea's gotten a few stack wipes in there, so that's good. Korea is at 194, so Korea could probably take on Oirat. Oh, did Korea win up here? Where's the Oirat army? I didn't see this engagement happen. And they don't have a huge number of troops here. Yeah, these guys are still out over here. I'm guessing the Oirat army up here is not, in fact, stack wiped, but in Fog of War somewhere. Okay. Actually, this is them right here. They've managed to loop their way around, apparently. That almost feels like they teleported. Wow, okay. They got a long ways around there, unless this is a different army over here. Regardless, we've got one more troop to move over, and he will move very shortly here. We are running low on funds, but our funds will get a lot better once we drop our fleet maintenance, like so, which we will happily do right now. And we're going to move our fleet up over here. We want to ensure that Oirat can't take this straight if they get to that point. We're going to head down over this way, but I actually want to head up over here and link up with the main Korean army, I feel like. Because we need to help out the main Korean army here. If they're going to fight Oirat here, this is good for us. Will Korea join us fighting here? These guys definitely will. These might abandon their siege as well. We could still abandon this if we wanted to. Korea is joining. Com is not. What is Com's Miltech? 21. Okay. So they are threatening. If this Korean force comes in, though, we should be fine. There are these guys back over here. It's a little bit risky to run this fight. But I say we do it. I'd like a better leader, but we don't have offensive, so that's fine. Korea, what are you doing? Korea's abandoning us. Okay. Thanks, Korea. We're leaving. Well, Korea did catch this force here. So there is that. That's a bit of an awkward retreat. Not where I told them to go at all, but it's fine, I guess. Wow, look at that Oirat stack here. 149k. That's basically their whole army. Wait a second. 151k. Right, this includes Com's armies. That makes more sense. I was like, hang on, something's not adding up here. 149 plus 14 is not 151. But that's because their vassal's army is there. That's understood. No real problem there. I do wish Korea hadn't have abandoned us. That said, Oirat's going to take intense attrition here. They're also going to finish this siege fairly quickly. But what's their manpower at? 62k? Ming has an insane number of soldiers. Yeah, I think that's fine for the moment. So we're going to have to cut our army maintenance. We're not going to be able to afford replenishing at full speed. And that's going to be a problem fighting Hosokawa as well. That's definitely something we're going to need to think about. To that end, let's do this. A great temple in Mergen. Yes, that is something that we want. We need to improve our economy. That is very, very true. I'd very much like to improve our economy. Granted, a lot of this is going into advisors. There's no doubt about that. We do have that land force limit modifier buff, but that's okay. So they're going to continue to take some attrition here. We just lost ducks, which is not great. Okay, we're going to continue to head south here. We're just hiding for the moment. And we need to get our army maintenance down to the point where we're making a small amount of money. There we go. So how much are we actually replenishing our troops? 1,107. That's acceptable, I think. If Korea hadn't have abandoned us, I think that would have been absolutely fine. But Korea wins another fight here. Korea's going to run out of manpower fairly soon. But they have a sizable advantage at this point. So that's good. We're just going to continue to replenish here. And we're going to hope that nothing really ends up happening. In Mergen? Somebody might deal with that. If they don't, we're going to make our way very slowly up over this direction. And we'll see about dealing with that. Okay, so Oirat doesn't have a lot of troops here. This is mostly their vassals' troops. It looks like Korea is going to handle that for us, so that's wonderful. Thanks, Korea. I don't know if they'll cap it back for us. No, they're not going to cap it back, but they did handle the troops. Now, Oirat has been largely kicked out of this region. And keep in mind, this is entirely Korea's doing. We had very little to do with it. But Korea is now circling around this force, and that's good. We want them to stack wipe this force. That would be amazing, but I don't think a stack wipe's happening here. They didn't wait until they had sufficient troops to stack wipe, really. Yeah, they're going to kick them out, which is fine. And there's apparently going to be a fight here. That could stack wipe. Okay. Oh, Korea is going to cap that back. So our colony in Kalang is now self-sustaining. We're going to head down over here. I wonder if that gets us close enough to Ming. Ming is now hostile towards us. Well, that's not good. We definitely don't want to be angry at Ming. Or rather, have Ming angry at us. That is a completely insurmountable mountain there. We are threatened by Ming. That is true. We will improve relations with them. Okay. We're also going to make a core here. And if they want to, like, establish tributary, if they declare war on us with an established tributary CB, we would acquiesce to that. Absolutely. Protected by Ming would be amazing. And that would mean we'd be able to declare on Oirat. Eventually. Now is not the time for that. But we can walk up over this way and start to do some sieging here. We are still recovering troops, and we're not really in a position to fight Oirat. But Oirat is losing this war. And that's wonderful. Hypothetically, if Ming were to attack us, would Korea defend us in this scenario? I don't actually know. We should maybe check that, because that would be valuable information for sure. So in order to check that, the way I would do that is I would open up the console here, and I would tag into, I think it's MNG? Yeah, that's Ming. Excellent. And then I would go into here and look to declare they would be willing to offer or accept an alliance. You don't say. We're not doing that. I just want to check here. Korea would not defend us. Okay. So if that happens, we're just going to have to acquiesce to whatever Ming wants. I mean, even if Korea would defend us, Korea's not a match for Ming. So we'll tag back into ANU. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, well, we'll just get a little bit of capping done over here. And this should be fine. Like, Korea's going to flip all of this stuff over here to us. I don't know if they're going to give us any of this stuff in the peace deal. It would be nice if they did. But yeah, if Ming decides to declare war on us, problems will ensue. Ah. We need to run. We cannot fight this force in our present state. 15 army tradition. Or lose army tradition and gain army professionalism. We'll take the army professionalism for now. We're moving down towards the Korean troops here. Because we need to be linked up with them. I'd like it if Korea would start heading up this way. And we need 6,000 more men to fill out our army. We could probably consider bumping up our army maintenance a little bit here to around here. Okay. Hey, 85 ducks. That makes things a lot easier. We're going to head over this direction. Okay, we need 5,200 men. Now, this is potentially dangerous. Are both of these locked in? Third army is, ninth army is not. Okay. Ninth army is locked in here as well. So we're going to hit this. These guys are going to come in over this way. We're hoping that Korea will turn around here. Fingers crossed. We're going to crank up our army maintenance a little bit more. Yeah, we can... Unfortunately, we can afford that. Korea, you can help. Korea's just not interested in helping. Okay, we're out of there. Where are we retreating to? Over here. Okay. Well, maybe we bought some time for Korea. I mean, they stack wiped this force. There's a lot of little forces over here for Korea to stack wipe. 162 and 16. Korea has 240. That's increased. They're also out of manpower, but that's fair enough. That's a stack wipe. This is not good for Korea. That's a stack wipe. Okay. So we retreat back over to here. We didn't lose very many troops. That's the thing. We do grab absolute rulership. So that puts us at 20-20-20. Okay, we need to continue to run. This army is very threatening to us. We're going to head all the way up over here. Lose a stability for 2 inflation. So ultimately what that ends up meaning is that would be an inflation reduction, which is good. We do want inflation reduced, but our inflation is naturally coming down. So gain 3 inflation though. That's a lot of inflation. So what this will end up costing us, we're going to do it. We're not happy about dropping our stability. But that'll cost us 160 unless... We do have a looming disaster. Yeah. Oh, wow. They're going to catch us here. I don't like the fact that they have a 4 maneuver general. Well, so do we, actually. We do too. They just catch us here. Rude. Do they fully stack wipe us? They might. They do. Okay, so we're fully stack wiped. That is very unfortunate that they were able to come over that quickly. Like, we were actively avoiding them, but they were still able to catch us. Well, the good news is Korea's winning the war. The bad news is we need to rebuild our troops, and we're going to rebuild them out over here. So we're going to build a single unit of Asian musketeer. And for now, we can just have our army maintenance maxed. I mean, it's not like we're going to be paying anything on the army maintenance front. 50 admin power. Okay, sure. So Korea's going to get a stack wipe over here, I think. Yep. Well, actually, maybe not. I think these guys might have moved out. That said, this is looking good. With the exception of, you know, the whole us problem. Hosokawa entered into a treaty of support independence. So that's because Nanai is thinking that they're way stronger than us because we were stack wiped by Oirat here. We'll get that fixed. We need to bring our cavalry up to 4 units, and we need to get as much infantry built as we can. We need to rebuild our army. That is the current top priority, and we're not going to spend any money on army maintenance if we can at all help it. Korea's on their own at this point. We're going to try not to lose admin power. We have a looming disaster, and that will need to get dealt with. And we will continue to build musketeers up till our combat width. So what is our combat width? And call for peace. That's not our problem. I don't know why it's telling us to call for peace. But we can grab a diptech here. That's diptech 21. That gives us plus 20% trade efficiency. That will help quite a lot, actually. Okay. So Korea will want to call for peace fairly soon, although Korea's armies are kind of ignoring this, which isn't necessarily great. I'm sure they'll get that done eventually, though. So what is our current combat width? Our combat width is 34. Actually, there it goes. So did we gain any territory? Oirat pays us gold. We get 7.73 gold. They didn't take any territory, but Korea owes us 13 favors from that war. We are going to use those favors. Yeah, we have 24. We're going to use those immediately to trade favors for ducats. We want cash. We're also able to get Miltech 21, and we will happily take that. So that's great. And we're going to use this cash to immediately work our way up towards 34. So we need 30 total Asian musketeers here. Like that. We're going to get those queued up just as soon as we can. Oirat wants military access. No. Get out of here. I decline. Excellent. There's a treasure fleet, and there's Tengri zealots here. These are actually our vassals' problem, and Nanai can deal with that. That's not anything that we're worried about. So we're building our army back up. We'll put this guy in charge. There we go. And we're going to get these infantry built quite quickly. We're also going to be able to build cannon. So it's 34, right? I want to double check that. Yes. Our combat width is 34. So then we build up to our force limit of cannon. Okay. So we're going to get that all built and start banking up manpower and cash again. We're obviously going to need to work on our economy. And that is something that we will certainly do. Lose another stability or 79 ducats. Yikes. We're going to take a debasement here. But I'm not happy about it. So we're not going to want to root out this much corruption, obviously. And I don't believe we need more cash, do we? We're maxed out on our army. Well, we're going to need cash eventually for our estate agenda. We'll just root out this corruption as much as we can. This shouldn't be too bad. We do need a new rival, and Oirat will be that rival. There we go. How's the Liberty Desire of Nanai looking? They're at 100%. We should probably start thinking about annexing them. Nanai can have... Well, we would cede Mergen to them. Don't we need Mergen? I'm pretty sure we need Mergen. We need Mergen. It's ours and always will be. Okay, so we're going to improve relations with Nanai here. We're also going to revoke the march as soon as we can, although that will cost us a stability. And that'll hurt. So we can't really revoke the march right now. I do want to switch over to mill focus. That'll be important. So we're at Miltech 21 right now, and manufactories is not maxed out, but we are ahead of time on our Miltech right now. So this is going to go into quantity ideas, which is very important. Okay, there's our maximum relationship with Ming. We want to actually maintain that. Yeah, they're back to neutral, so that's really, really good. We're exceptionally happy about that. So we're going to want to revoke the march status for Nanai. And that'll be done soon. I'm just trying to decide if we go for Admin Tech 21 first. I think we boost our stability now. And then we revoke march status. And then we'll be able to boost up our stability again soon. If we want to. We also might just allow this stability to sit and hope that we get a free stability event. That would be nice, but at the rate this has been going, unlikely. Okay, so we're going to have to root out a little less corruption here. We'll sit at about making a ducat a month. This is fine. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about this level of corruption. Sounds good. So we're going to be able to grab ourselves the old and infirm soon. Minus 5% to our land maintenance modifier is important. Filling out these ideas in general is important. And how are we doing on the spread of manufactories? It's not in any of our provinces just yet, but it is spreading, so it will arrive here quite soon. Cool. Oh, these guys have adopted all of the institutions now. That's good to know. There's manufactories appearing. Possible advisors +1, huh? Well, we need a new chancellor here. Kind-hearted for losing more war exhaustion. I guess that's okay. We do have this looming disaster, though. And that needs to be dealt with. So for that, we need our stability to be... Well, in order to fully get rid of the disaster... can be stopped by currently in a disaster, unrest lower than 0. So we boost our stability up, and that'll slow this down. But we need unrest everywhere to be at 0? Is that correct? We can probably do that. So in Mutsu, we can boost up the autonomy here. There's only going to be 3 provinces. Halacha, the same thing, and we boost that autonomy. And then, where's that last one? It's not in our capital, is it? No. Where is this? Ah, that's this one. Got it. So we will boost that up as well. There we go. And stability less than 0. Less religious unity, have land maintenance modifier under 100. Okay, so it should go away, I think. Yes. Perfect. That's wonderful. So can we expand our army anymore? No, we shouldn't. The autonomy has put us over our force limit, and our army maintenance is at 0 right now. We're going to have to root out a little bit less corruption here. Man, more bad events. Unfortunate. Okay. That said, we're not too far away from getting rid of our corruption, so this is all good. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so man, another bad event. I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and special thanks to the channel members for making this video possible. Thanks to all the channel members for supporting this video. We still don't have any council members, but those channel members, of course, include Spartan News, and the other channel member as well, who is not in the shout-out tier, so it'll be a little less awkward when we have a couple more, but this is fine. This is completely and totally fine, and of course, thanks to you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button below the video. I forgot what the next line was, which is kind of funny. Kind of funny indeed. And as always, I will see you all next time.